Yes. Now, students, we are discussing about arrays. So why we need, actually, before discussing about arrays, first we have to discuss data types, because this is the array is a data type. So data type, there are two types of data types. One is called primitive, another one is called non-primitive. So this is the one case. Someone, okay. Okay, there are two types. One is primitive and non-primitive. Already we discussed primitive data types. Okay, primitive data types means there are basic data types that are int, float, double, or character. We will represent the data using these already character, and these are the primitive data types. We have a primitive data type, but we need some user defined data types. Means we need to see some storage allocate, means what will be happen according to the user requirement. We are having a data types. So sometimes these data types are not sufficient to store the some kind of data. So when we are unable to store some kind of data using these data types, what we have non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types, or it is also called user-defined data types. Okay, some data types are called non-primitive data types. Using this, we can define some data types. Means, for example, we have to we will use integer to store a one number. Okay, we have to use integer to store one number. Suppose we need to store 10 integers. What we need? We need to store 10 integers. Then if we are following this only primitive data types, what will be happen? We have to create 10 variables, a1, next int a2, etc, int a10. To store 10 numbers, we need to use 10 variables. This is the one way. Or you can declare into one line like that, a1, a2, a3, and so on, an. So if you want to store 10 integers, if you are creating 10 integer variables, it is very difficult to access. After later, we want to access each and everything. It is very difficult, okay, to declaring. If you have 10, okay, we created 10. If we have 100, then we need to create 100 variables. If you have 1000, we have to create, if you want to store 1000 names, then you need to create 1000 variables. So this is a wrong procedure. So because of that, what will be happen? Arrays will be comes into picture. Okay, arrays will be comes into picture. So what arrays will facilitate for us? What it will be usefulness of this arrays means using a single variable. Single variable, using single variable, we can store any size of data with same data type. So what will be happen? Any size means if it is 100 or 1000 or anything, but we will use only a single variable. By using the single variable, we can store any size of the data with the same data type. This is very important. Same data type. For example, what will be happen if you want to store 10 integers? Okay, 10 integers means 10 numbers you want to store. So by using arrays, okay, by using arrays, you will declare only one variable. Okay, with arrays. Without arrays, 10 variables. That is the difference. So instead of 10 variables, what we need? One variable. And there are many applications. Even arrays will be used to create a matrix. Okay, matrix have an even wait, matrix later I will discuss. Okay, what is the use of matrix and how we can represent that later we will discuss, because now we will see, because what will be happen, arrays will be have different types. Okay, there are single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, like that. We will later we will discuss about that. So now, if you want to store 10 integers using a single variable, then you have to use an array. Now I'm writing here syntax of the array. Syntax means how to create an array. How to create. So that is very important, how to create an array. So now syntax of the array. So data type, first you need to write the data type. After that, here you can mention either array name or variable name, both are same. I'm writing variable name, and here subscript, it is called subscript. Here you can mention the size. Okay, here, okay, sorry, wait 1 minute. Here not, actually here you people will here just a subscript. Okay, here just a subscript is equal to new is a operator, because we are creating a new data type. So new is the operator. To create new data types are new objects. So new, next here data type, and here we declare in a size. Okay, size is how many locations you want to allocate. As many, how many you want, you can allocate. Okay, now this is the syntax format. This is actually only declaration. For example, if you want to declaration plus initialization, okay, this is only the declaration, and later we will initialize the data. Or if you want to declare plus initialization, declaration plus initialization. And keep in your mind, this is single dimensional array. Okay, this is single dimensional array. Okay, so declaration plus initialization, how it should be: data type, any data type, variable name, and subscripts is equal to, open the bracket. Here you can write, for example, value 1, value 2, and so on, value n. Okay, this is the one declaration: data type, variable name, along with the values. Okay, next I will give an example, because example is very important, you can understand. So example for that single dimension array. For example, integer variable you want to store. So int is a data type, and variable name, anything you can give. For example, numbers. So subscripts you can use is equal to new numbers. So here you can use 5 and you can close the bracket. Okay, actually how this will be created in memory. Okay, now I want to show. For example, this is the memory. This box is the memory. This box is the memory. For example, we treat this is a memory. In this space, the array will be created along with 5 locations: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each location have an index. How it should be? Number I given no. This will be indexed as number 0. This will be addressed as number 1. Either it is called indexed or addressing. Actually, number 1 is the address of this location. Okay, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay, keep in your mind, always index will be starts from 0. And number of elements, you want to count how many elements are there. You have to count start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But index will be starts from 0, means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means whatever it is, 5 elements only. 0 to 5, 0 to 4 are 5 elements, are the number of elements. When we are counting number of elements, we have to start count with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But index will be starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because that is important. Okay, later we will solve some questions based on these indexes. Okay, so now this is the one initialization I showed. This is only declaration I said. Yes, this is an example for a declaration. For example, if you are creating array with initialization, means how you are creating. Okay, sorry, I don't use only integer data type. I'll use different data type. Okay, now for example, character, you are using some n1 and declaring array. So here in the brackets, you know how to give a character value. So single quotes, always don't remember this. It's very important. Some values I'm giving. Okay. Now I created a array. This is one type of creation. So how it will be allocated in memory? That is very important. So this is the, you treat it as a memory. Okay. Now inside it, the array will be created. And with how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 characters. So A, this is A, B, D, E, F. And this will be indexed as N1, 0, N1, 1, N1, 2, N1, 3, N1, 4. Okay, like that it will be indexed. This is called single dimensional array. This is a single dimensional array. This is actually, it is called actually static initialization, or we are giving static input. Means static means what will be happen in program only we are declaring. Okay, while execution, if you are giving, okay, while execution, if you are providing input, that is called dynamic input. Okay, next we will see how to give dynamic input to an array. So this is these points very important. Remember, okay, this is the data type, how to syntax, how to declare. If you want to in program only declaration plus initialization, this is the format. And keep in your mind, it is only single dimensional array. Later we will see types of array, on the time multi-dimensional will come. So this is example with integer 5 locations, but here only the declared but not initialized. So this initialization will be done at runtime. I will show now. Okay, this is static initialization in program only, in one line you have to write. Next, so now dynamic initialization. How we will initialize dynamically? So you know how to declare an array. So first declare an array int. Already same array I'm taking what previously I declared. So number. So this is the declaration. New int, and here size 5 locations you given. So this size will be, you can first you can take one variable and you can enter the value of input, and after that also you can give, nothing to worry. This is already I given 5. Now if you want to take dynamically, so array will be created already. Layout I showed how array will be created in memory. So with the 5 locations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Conventionally, I'm writing, because you can write like that also, number 0 like that. Simply, I'm writing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you created array. So now you want to fill the values in this. If you want to fill the values, you want to call the dynamic method by iteratively. Means first you fill this, next this, next this. Means you want to iteratively call the method which one you want to fill. So now if you want to call the iteratively, so what you need means repeatedly. Iteratively means repeatedly you want to do the task. If you want to do the repetition, we need a loop. So always when we need repetition, when we do repetition means, see, one time input not, as many, how many times? 5 times, means 5 repetitions we will do. So if you want to take 5 repetitions, we need a loop. So either you can take while loop or for loop, anything. Okay, first I will show how to take a input with while loop. So now I'm initializing like that, int I is equal to 0, because we are initializing, index always starts from 0. Now I'm writing here while loop I less than 5. Even here 5 is there, so that's why I'm writing 5. For example, if you want to find the length using some method, means here I am declaring myself constant value. Instead of that, there is a function called length. Okay, length, it will give the size of the array. For example, here I am giving like that. For example, n1 is equal to number dot length. If I, oh sorry, brackets will be not there, because some function, means in a strings already there is a function length function using the brackets. Don't use the brackets. Okay, if you are not using brackets, this is the function used to find the how many locations are there, means 1 2 3 4 5. If you are giving the like this 1 2 3 4 5, means n1 will be filled with an 5, value 5. Okay, either you can give like that, or okay, there are alternative I am showing. So while I less than number dot length. Okay, just wait, maybe it is not clear. Okay, you can write like this also. Now close this. Okay, sorry, open the bracket. Anyway, see students, you are wish, either you want to write this is also correct, this is also correct. Two alternatives. Now after this, you can write what you have to write. You are taking now, so number and I value, means in that particular index. So integer, no, you know already, in dot next int method. So you need to create this scanner variable here. I directly using, because already you know other program, in other programs we are already using in variable. So directly I'm using. If you want, you can create in variable by using scanner class, and you can use. So it will take input. After that, what? Just wait, students. After that, so you need to increment the I value. Okay, if suppose you missed this incrementation, what will be happen? Infinite loop. Okay, so I plus plus and close. Okay, you can use while loop and you can fill the values. And already you know using for loop and all, just you can try it. Okay, for taking the input. Okay, this is the way. So creating means declaration of array and filling the input. These two are very important. For example, if you want to print the output, means what will be happen here, we are taking and 5 times it will execute now. For example, 5 times some 5 values you are storing in array. Okay, some 5 values you are storing in array. 10, 15, 16, 19, 18. These are the 5 values. 5 times it iteratively executed and 5 times it is executed. So 5 values you stored. So once you stored 5 values, after that, suppose you want to print the values. Okay, you want to print the values. How you will print? That is also very simple, same like that. So if you want to print, that is also I will show. So if you want to print the values of that array, just wait. So if you want to print, okay. Slides are not there. Just wait. Okay, students, now you want to print. Okay, we have only 10 minutes, so we will just wind up. Okay, now you want to print the values. How to print? So similarly, either you can use any loop. The same already, because we used for loop. Now I'm showing. Already I showed actually while loop. Okay, if you want, you can use the same while loop for this also. But now for printing, I'm showing for loop. So now this is the array already we stored. Okay, this is the array already we stored. What are the values we stored here? 10, 15, 16, 19, 18. So 10, 15, 16, 19, 80. These are the values iteratively we stored. Now you want to print these. So what is the array name? Number. Okay, already these are the indexed 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you want to print this array. So how you will print? So use the for loop and int I is equal to start from 0 only, because arrays always start from 0, because index will be start from 0. So now I is equal to 0. Now I less than. So already I given to find the length out of num dot array name dot length. Remember this. What is the syntax to find length? Array name dot, sorry, maybe it is not clear. Okay, what is that? Array name dot length. There is no brackets, just close semicolon. Okay, that's it. If you want to find the length of the array. Now how to print? So using 0 length, and here only I plus plus, open the bracket, write system dot out dot println. So you can write, for example, element plus I plus position. Okay, ith position you can write th, here you can write th, again plus, okay, position plus. Here you can print the element. What is that? Number I. Okay, number I, and close the bracket and semicolon. Either you can print like that. You not want to add any elements and these positions and all. Just you can write like this also. This also it will print the array out dot println number I. Okay, this any line you can write. Okay, both are print the array. So 5 times 5 locations iteratively it print the array. Okay, students. So this is today's